and the Kansas City Chiefs as they take on Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Kansas City Chiefs. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they could be well set up for the rest of the year.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Time for a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. For these Raiders and quarterback Derek Carr, the Chiefs, they have been their kryptonite in the AFC West. With Derek Carr as a starter, just 2-8 against KC, 2-6 before Mahomes became the starter. Well, the road not likely to get any easier anytime soon. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
We're good.
Throwing again. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Ready?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 15 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And quickly now, a look at the Kansas City offense.
In 2018, the Chiefs were looking for help in their offensive line, and they received it from guard Andrew Wiley. A formerly undrafted free agent, he settled in as a mainstay at guard and mauled people on the offensive line. They expect big things out of him in 2019 and beyond.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're headed to chains now.
Rashard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Check 52.
From midfield, here's Carr. That's complete to Rashard, the running back. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense, Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled, and then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 22 carries, 98 yards, too shy of 100.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
He'll buy some time right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. On the toss, here's Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Williams. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They fake the give. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. It's Hill, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. With that, he matches his receiving yards from a week ago, and we still have more than a half of football to play. It's a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Williams will try again. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Maurice Hurst. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Throwing his car on 3rd down. It's Williams on the catch. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And now he's going to use his legs. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. When plays break down, that's normally when Mahomes is at his best throwing the football, but as we saw, he can run it too. Last year, 60 carries, 272 yards, great elusiveness and speed, and the Chiefs obviously don't want him to be a running quarterback, but if he sees an angle like he did there, any opening, he has the ability to take it and run. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he whips that one incomplete there. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Corey Littleton, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Come on, Lon. Come on, Lon. We better not.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. On third down, here comes Jacobs. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to a first down.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Mahomes now on first down, eluding the pressure right. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Rolling to his right. That one complete to Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. On first down, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So it's 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. The point after is good, and the lead is now 10-7. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And in the end, it was all capped off by the Damian Williams touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over.
You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the visiting Chargers who were able to come in and steal one on the road. Keenan Allen, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. From there, we head out west to the Golden State. Check on the Rams at home in L.A. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. The veteran Drew Brees with a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Mark Ingram, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This fielded at the 2. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. What an explosive kickoff return from the 2 all the way to the end zone. A 98-yard return for 6. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
That's it, baby.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one, a first down pickup of 8. On first down, it's Jacobs. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Carr now on first down. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Carr. His throw incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Carr now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 now. Carr, and that's incomplete. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
We got 4.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 10 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
from the 36. Mahomes, he'll buy some time right, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now here's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
So out come the Raiders, and they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and 5 now. Carr, throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. Well, now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Carr. Quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, tank.
On 2nd down, Richard. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
To throw, it's Carr. He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So here are the Chiefs to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now. Out in front here, they've got it 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road? And everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they hit the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Chris Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Carr going to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. And on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he's got it. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turn the ball over. Terrible.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Waller taking it in over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Carr completes it. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jacobs. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Carr now to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 40, the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Butker on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Now Carr, and he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. The last time we saw Jason Witten on a football field instead of the broadcasting booth was, of course, 2 years ago, 2017. He had 63 catches, 560 yards, 5 touchdowns. It was his 11th Pro Bowl that season for a man who came into the league back in 2003. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Check pass.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Foster Moreau, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. Look at the big man rumble. 20, 10, and hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. A look now at the Oakland defense as they get ready. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, but a first down likely ends this thing.
And it looks like they are, to coin a phrase, on the defensive here, right? But in fact, the team on offense has to be really careful because they're going to attack like crazy. They've got to cover the football, make sure they don't turn it over, and still find a way to finish off this game despite the extra pressure that's going to come their way.
Do you pack it in for a run here on first down?
I think that you do. That's how you have to play it. But at the same time, you're telling your ball carrier, both arms over the football, body, everything else, because they will do everything possible to try and knock it free.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They give this one to their receiver, Watkins. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there as that one is going to blow up in their faces. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. Able to push his way through. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The carry here for the big tight end. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So Carr and the Raiders now down 31-28. 50 seconds to go. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. It got his man complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Mahomes. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.